Hello and welcome to a channel update. So, we are about to hit 2,000 subs on the channel, so we're going to talk about that a little bit. We're going to talk about some of the delays that have been going on with videos this week in particular, but it shouldn't be a problem in the long term. And we're going to talk about what's going to be on the channel in the next, like month-ish. So, first of all, 2,000 subs. Thank you everybody who's still watching. Thank you everybody who is new to the channel. I appreciate you all watching. 2,000 people who are actually subscribed to the channel is huge. It's a large number, and I'd like to do something for that. And well, last time we had some requests, and that's what I'd like to do again. So last time I took game requests and we just played those, which was kind of cool. Let people kind of see something that they were like, oh, I thought that would be interesting. So we did some of that. And we also did a Q&A, which I think we'll do again. Haven't quite decided how I'm going to do the Q&A. If you have any ideas for a better way than we did last time, which was one video for questions, one video for answers, then please tell me. I know a live stream would probably be the most ideal way, but currently don't have the setup. As you can probably tell, my internet is not very good for if you've been following my Twitter this week, because the uploads have been... they've been so slow. Which brings us into our second thing. Our second thing we're talking about is the delays for the videos this week. My upload speed has become even more atrocious than it usually is, which basically led to a whole bunch of it led to me realizing I was only going to be able to upload like one series or another series. So what I did was I chose to upload the series. I decided to upload Pathfinder and the Ironborn series first, because they were going to end. And the reason I thought that would be good is because if they're going to end, that means that next week I will only have to upload Elder Kings, and I won't have to worry about the other ones. So that's where my logic lay with that. It was, if we only if we upload the things that are going to actually finish, then it frees up more uploading time for the things that are continuing later. While if I'd uploaded Elder Kings first, that means the Ironborn end and the Pathfinder end would have just been delayed until next week. If my internet wasn't fixed, I would have had to delay them again, and then it kind of spirals out of control. Anyway, that's that. Apologies, Elder Kings will be back probably today. I'm not sure when I'm going to put this video up, but there we go. So, let's talk about what's going to be on the channel in the next month or so. First things first, Pathfinder is over. Pathfinder is finished. Well, at least this part of it is. We have a couple of members who've decided that they are not interested currently because they have other things going on. Like, they just can't get the schedule. They'd be happy to continue doing it if they had the schedule time, but they just don't. So we may end up coming back to it at a later point. We may find a different group at some point, but for now, it is done. But it seemed to do well on the channel. I enjoyed it. Seemed like a few of you enjoyed it, so it's not a thing that isn't coming back because it didn't do well. It's a thing that isn't coming back right now because it's just difficult to organize. Anyway, we may come back. I'm very excited to do more if we can do more. But there we go. Other things that are ending. Ironborn series is ending. It's gone 95 episodes plus 1, and they should have both gone up before this video does. It ended a little bit early because I decided that we're going to have the last 5 episodes kind of set aside for a kind of epic ending, or, you know, it was basically a let's see how strong we've become kind of thing. I felt that it kind of run its course. The series went on too long. I think that the first 10% was a little bit bad. Like, in terms of the series, if we split it down into, like, 100% is the end of the series, the first 10% of the series was pretty bad because of technical issues. About 10 to 50% was pretty good. I think that was good content. From about 50 to 75, it was starting to get worse. It was definitely starting to wind down in terms of how interesting it was, I think. I could be wrong there. And then 75 to 100 was definitely slow going, I think. I think there were some interesting moments as we went on in the end, but I think that it was just I think the series had run its course by then, and I think that the ideal length for a series like that might be about 50 episodes, so we may keep it to that in the future. Which means that it'll be like a month and a bit of episodes. 2 months and a bit of episodes, which is more than reasonable, really. Because this one was probably, let me work it out. So 5 episodes a week. We did 95 episodes. That's like, yeah, that's about 20 weeks. No, well, in fact, it's 19 weeks. Yeah, that's like 5 months. That's way too long for a series. Nobody can be interested in it for 5 months unless there's actually stuff going on. So, yeah, we won't have a series that long again, I don't think, unless it's something like, unless it's a series where it's something different, like it's a run-in. Like, for instance, let's use Northern Line, for example. He has a Binding of Isaac series, which has gone on much, much longer than any of my series. But it's alright, because each individual episode is like a thing. It's a new thing in that episode. Like, it's one run. It's not like you have to have watched the previous episode, like the previous 1,000 episodes, to catch up on the newest one. But with like an Ironborn, like with an RP series, you kind of have to have watched most of the other episodes, because otherwise you're going to be wondering, like, why are things happening like this? Why are we doing this? What's going on? So, yeah, I think that for other types of series, going longer may be alright, but for this one, it seemed a little too long. Anyway, what else are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about RimWorld a little bit. RimWorld, it's doing alright. I'm not sure if we're going to do any more RimWorld after the next series that we're doing. Because I think by the time this video gone up, the previous, like the new series has reached like an end point there where we're going to start again. Maybe because there was horrible failure, maybe not, who knows. But yes, we're going to do one more series, see how it does, and then we may ditch RimWorld for a while and then come back to it later when it's a little bit more finished. Not that it's not finished right now, but like when there's some new mechanics in there, when there's some new stuff, maybe some new scenarios. But it seems like interest is falling in RimWorld. My interest is still there, but I'm happy to play it as like a casual game off camera, so we'll see. Other things, the Game of Thrones story series, they're going to keep continuing. If there's a new patch, then we will ditch whatever one we're doing as quickly, like we'll find an end point, we'll do it as quickly as possible, and then we'll move on to the new patch. Oh yeah, that's what, same thing with the Ironborn series, I never spoke about that, but the series that's going to replace it will not be happening till there is a new Game of Thrones patch. Basically because if we're going to do 50 episodes, I don't want to do 10 of them on the previous patch and then find out there's a new patch and then have to stop and restart. Now, I just want to do it all on the correct patch. Anyway, Pillars of Eternity. We'll keep moving on quickly through these. Pillars is going to continue. It's still a lot of fun. It's quite challenging. I think the story's pretty good. I feel like we're getting some stuff done. It feels like each episode we do, we get something done, which is quite cool for an RPG. Like there doesn't appear to be a lot of just grinding it out. There's like, even if you're just going through the wilderness killing creatures, it's like, okay, so what was this creature doing here? What kind of stuff do we need to do differently against this creature? That sort of stuff. And that's where its main kind of interest comes in. Just for those of you who don't know, because I did have some questions, Pillars of Eternity is similar to Baldur's Gate, almost similar to Dragon Age Origins, but not quite, but a little bit more top-down, similar to Divinity. It's that kind of game. Not similar to like Dragon Age 2 or Inquisition, but it's fairly similar to Origins and how it's set out. So, yeah, it's a fun game. You should come check it out. Okay, let's talk about the tutorial series next. Tutorial series is going to continue. Planning on doing it once a week if I can. It takes a little bit more planning than some other stuff, because it's just a little bit like I need to plan a little bit in advance. Like I need to know, okay, if I do this episode, where does that lead in for the next episode? Try and create a proper lesson plan thing, which is more difficult than I thought it would be, but it's quite fun to try. It also helps me learn them. It's because some of my mechanics of basic stuff is rusty, because I'm just like, okay, you just do it this way because that's the correct way. Like, that's how I've learned it. But actually, that's not really what you need for a tutorial. You need to actually tell people why. Anyway, we'll move on from that. It will be happening once a week, hopefully every Sunday. We'll see if that if I can stick to that. Democracy 3, popular demand has decreed that it shall continue, and it will. It will happen every Sunday. That's my plan, and we'll do something different on Saturday, and it'll actually be new games. I do have some games that look fairly cool for something different, so we'll see. And that's pretty much it. That's it for everything. The D&D Birthright mod actually is the only thing I haven't talked about. Oh, and I didn't talk about Divinity at all. D&D Birthright mod will be happening at some point. It was number 2 in our poll we had a little bit ago. It will probably be filling in for the Ironborn series, and then maybe, depending on how much people like it and things like that, and how much people are still into Elder Kings, what we may do is we may do D&D mod in, like, and then when the new Game of Thrones patch happens, we may switch that to be an Elder King slot, like, and we may stop Elder Kings, something like that. I don't know. We'll see how things line up. Depends when the Game of Thrones mod patch comes out. If it comes out next week, probably the D&D mod won't fit into that slot. It'll probably just happen after Elder Kings, but we'll see. There's a whole bunch of question marks over that. And the last thing is Divinity Original Sin, which we have a ton of episodes recorded for. I think we're at 108 episodes or something like that, and we are at 97 out on the channel, so there's like 11 episodes still to go up. And we also have, I think we only have like 3 left to record. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's going to end fairly soon, like a month or 2, which is coincidentally when Divinity Original Sin 2 will be coming out, and we are going to be playing that. It looks really cool. May do some arena and stuff to practice the new combat stuff. Seems like there's a lot more spell effects and stuff in the new one, like previously things like if you get hit in the new one, blood will instantly fall out from you, which means that if you cast any electricity spell on someone who's melee ranged with you, you get stunned. Things like that are slightly different than in the previous game, where if you got hit by like an attack, there wouldn't be like piles and piles of blood. You need someone to actually die for blood in the previous game to land and then to conduct electricity. So there are some minor differences that we may, iron out in the arena first. And I think that is everything. So, just to recap one thing, the 2K subscribers, I'm looking for game suggestions, I'm looking for how you want the Q&A to be done, suggestions, and I'm looking for any other suggestions on what people might like. Anyway, that is it for the update. Thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.